satisfied. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Nikki.
And I'm Sarah.
This is my first official video on What's Up Nikki Vlogs. If you're from What's Up Nikki, the OG channel, welcome to the vlog channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe down below. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the truth about UNC Charlotte, the university. We have a list of questions that we came up with, and stay tuned to the end for secret tips and tricks if you're going to be a future Niner. So I did 2 years at UNC Charlotte as a business marketing major, and I dropped out.
I graduated from UNC Charlotte. I did 4 years and I graduated my degree in history. And I'm currently there right now with my online graduate school program for a teaching licensure.
Yay! So from a dropout and a graduate, I feel like we have some good advice and good tips and tricks to share with you guys. If you are coming into Charlotte as a freshman, you're starting your first year, maybe you've already graduated and you're just watching this video because why not? Or you're a high school student and you're looking for some advice about whether or not you should go to UNC Charlotte. So stay tuned for this video. Hopefully it gives you some good tips and tricks, and let's just get right into it. Alright you guys, question number 1. Why did you choose UNC Charlotte to apply to, and what is your major? Or what was your major?
Well, my major was history. I wanted to apply to UNC Charlotte because, well, we're from North Carolina, and I just knew it was a really good school as far as having access to the city. It wasn't too far from home, but it was also a good distance that I could be a little bit more independent and explore the city life, especially because I was so used to just the suburbs and my small town. So yeah. Yeah,
I applied as well because, well, originally I wanted to go to NC State, but unfortunately got rejected from there. So it was kind of like the runner-up option, and then Sarah goes there, or went there, so it just seemed like the right option for me. I was also excited to explore a bit of city life coming from the suburbs too. And what was your major?
My major was history.
And my major was business marketing. Okay. Alright, question number 2 is why did I drop out? So technically I didn't really drop out. I'm transferring to an art school. And well, that's mainly the reason. I was studying business marketing and I really just didn't like it. And I found a newfound passion. That makes sense. I gained a newfound passion for film and cameras and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to a new school because of that, and also because I felt that if I kept pursuing business marketing at Charlotte, my options would have been limited and to a job or a lifestyle that I just didn't really want to do. Just had to get that disclaimer out the way. Question number 3. When you first got to UNC Charlotte, what surprised you? What shocked you?
You know, for me, literally nothing shocked me. Like, it was exactly what I expected, weirdly enough.
For me, I think what mainly shocked me is that in middle school and high school, all the teachers are telling you, like, this is not going to slide in college, your professors are going to be way more strict. When I got to Charlotte, especially as a business major, I realized that the classes were so easy, especially the gen ed classes that you're going to have to take your first year and sometimes your second year too. Yeah, so it was a lot easier than I anticipated it was going to be. The professors were a lot less professional. That's the main thing that kind of shocked me. Alright you guys, question number 4. How were the clubs and how were the faculty and staff members at Charlotte? Did they help you? How were the resources in that aspect?
Great question. Well, let's start with clubs first. So if you ever go to UNC Charlotte, you'll know that we have Niner Engage. Here's the real tea on Niner Engage. It's a great resource to learn about clubs, but all of them are active or up to date. A lot of them, there's like 400 plus clubs on Niner Engage, our site that tells you all the clubs. And a lot of them were created a long time ago and maybe are not currently active, especially because in college, clubs are not people's #1 priority. Of course, it's school, jobs, family, whatever else people have. So you're going to find that some clubs are not super well run or organized, but there are some clubs that are actually really well run and organized. Like we have a really good American Marketing Association club. The Pre-PA club is really good. A lot of the more professional clubs are good, but we have a lot of fun clubs too, like the Culinary Club. I was involved with a few clubs. I personally found that I really enjoyed some of the more organized, not clubs, but just opportunities. Like I was a tour guide for the university. I ended up working a job that I was interested in. So I like more organized things, but there's definitely a lot of fun to be had. I was on our school's Bollywood dance team for one semester. I mean, that was really fun. We got to travel to New York and DC to compete. There's a lot of fun things.
I would say one great thing about UNC Charlotte is the clubs. There's so many clubs. I was in film club my freshman year. It was more like a social hour kind of thing where you could make friends that way. It wasn't like super professionally ran. Yeah, it was definitely a good club to get into if you're into film or photography or anything like that, because they do like film challenges and sometimes they host film festivals, so that's really nice as well. It's a great way to make friends. I was also in Niner Times, which it's not like technically a club, it's more like a student-led organization or whatever. That's the newspaper at Charlotte, and that's really good if you're into anything creative like writing. You can write articles about different things that are happening on campus. You can even write stuff about just Charlotte, like the city in general. I wrote an article about the walkability in Charlotte, which was not very good in my opinion. And you could also do photography and videography for them, which is what I mainly did. That was really nice. That was more like a professional kind of club, so it's not so much socializing, it's more just like you're working, but you do get paid a very small amount for your photos or your writings, whatever, if it gets published onto the website. There's always new clubs happening. When I was in Charlotte my last year, I saw a poster for a new a cappella club that somebody was making, and I joined it, and it was only like 5 or 6 people at first, and then it kind of blew up. So shout out to the Rifters, because we hosted like concerts and all that kind of fun stuff. You can also create your own clubs. That is something that's like definitely ranked up there for UNC Charlotte.
Then the second part of the question was about the faculty and staff. I would say I had a really good experience for the most part with most of the faculties and staff. There were so many professors that were really knowledgeable about the subjects. They were passionate about it. A lot of professors I used for professional references to get a job or for an internship reference. So overall, very helpful, very knowledgeable. I will say there were some that were not, in my opinion, the best teachers. Every professor has a different way of teaching. There were some professors that are some of the older ones, the history ones, that are kind of like, don't really have a presentation, they just kind of lecture to you. I didn't really respond to that, but the great thing about UNC Charlotte, or any college really, is that there's add drop week when you first start, but class isn't really, you don't really vibe with the professor or the content or whatever. In the first week you can drop it and you can kind of shop for your classes. But overall I would say wonderful faculty and staff.
Interesting. As a business major, my first 2 years, all my professors were very nice, very friendly, but something that they lacked was definitely professionalism, because sometimes they just wouldn't show up if they just didn't feel like going to class, or the professors just didn't really have a great like attitude. But UNC Charlotte, it's not like a super prestigious school, as we know. They have a 80% acceptance rate, so you know the professors aren't going to be top notch. I wouldn't go to Charlotte if you want like the best education and you want the most professional departments and everything like that. So Sarah she's still technically with Charlotte for her graduate thing, so she doesn't want to say too much about the professionalism because she doesn't want to get in trouble. Be cautious and don't have super high expectations for that.
Yeah, I think it really depends on your professor. I mean, I've had some professors where I did have some issues with professionalism. For instance, I would make like a Zoom meeting with my professor just to like check in or something about our paper,
which he said that we could do, and he wouldn't show up, and then I rescheduled the Zoom meeting with him, and then he didn't show up again, and then at that point I'm like, this is like our final paper, like I was going to get your feedback, but I'm not going to keep wasting my time waiting for you to show up. And so
just small things like that, but they really do kind of leave an impact on the student. feeling kind of like they're just not being as professional as they should be. But obviously that's not with every professor, depends.
I've had some really great professors. Shout out Professor Overton. He taught sociology. Definitely take him if you can. And shout out to Professor Sydney Beeman. She is a film teacher. Also Dr. Lindsay. Shout out Dr. Lindsay. He taught us, I think it was like calculus or some math class, but anyway, it was really great. So sometimes you have good professors, but in business, they're okay. I would say they're like subpar. Another thing is the advisors. How would you rate the advising system and just the advisors?
Well, you guys want to know the real tea on the advisors. I am just so confused on the advisors because what do they even do? They don't help you at all. They give you wrong information. Why do you need to go to school to become an advisor? Like, it should be super simple. Like, UNC Charlotte should just tell you straight up, these are the classes you need to take. You shouldn't even need an advisor position because it should just be a Google Doc that's updated telling you what classes you need to take. But, I mean, that's another issue, I think, with UNC Charlotte, and probably this isn't just UNC Charlotte, other colleges too. But sometimes it's hard as a student. You don't even know what classes you're supposed to take because there's conflicting and outdated information on the website, on the advisors are giving you. And it's just kind of annoying and stressful. And I was trying to add a earth science minor to my degree, but it ended up being that the degree works requirements, the course requirements, and the requirements that were actually updated on the website were two different things. Threw off my whole plan. Yeah, it kind of sucked. So my advice to you is just really be vigilant and try to figure out what classes you have to take. You might have to put in a little bit more effort to figure that out yourself because sometimes the websites are not always updated and you can't count on everything to be correct.
You go to college for your degree. You don't want to take any classes you don't have to take. You go there, take the classes you need, and then you graduate and you're done. So just when you're making your schedule, be very cautious and specific with each class that you want to take, that you need to take. Because then you might end up taking some unnecessary classes that maybe have wasted your time. Okay, you guys, question number 5. Dining hall. So at Charlotte, there's 2 main dining halls. There's Social 704 and there's Sovi. One's in the North Village, one's in the South Village. One's a little bit smaller than the other, one's really big. So what were your thoughts on the dining hall and the dining hall food?
Honestly, it was pretty decent. Like, it was mid, objectively. But, I mean, just having a dining hall, like, being able to just go to the dining hall after your class, before your class, get whatever you want. I mean, it was like buffet style, so you can eat as much as you want, get a little bit of everything. It was really nice to have that, and I think some people are a little dramatic about how bad the dining hall food is. I mean, obviously it's not a 5-star restaurant, so it's not amazing. Sometimes the pasta is super overcooked or super undercooked, and I'm like, how does that even happen? Even me, like, I'm a vegetarian, so it was a little bit more difficult than the average person, but I was able to navigate it, and I mean, it was fine, like.
Yes, I would agree. I think the dining hall was perfectly fine. I mean, it's a dining hall. It's not anything great, but I wouldn't say that it was horrible. I think a lot of people can be dramatic about it. At the end of the night, if they're kind of packing up a lot of the main entrees, it's just like burger patties and French fries and maybe chicken tenders if you're lucky. And some soggy fruit. The fruit options are not very good. It's mostly just honeydew cantaloupe and sometimes grape. Sometimes pineapple, but when they bring out the pineapple, it goes quickly because people love the pineapple. So it wasn't horrible, but nothing really stood out to me with that.
Don't be afraid to eat alone because it's totally normal to just go alone, get a bite to eat before or after class. So don't have social anxiety, go do what you gotta do, eat your meal, nobody's judging you.
Exactly. I remember in my freshman year, I hated going to the dining hall alone. I didn't want to be seen there alone. But then at my second year, I realized that's so stupid. I'm hungry, I need to go eat. Nobody cares. Don't be afraid to go alone. Oh, another really quick thing about that is that your meal plan swipes, they do expire. So one time I accidentally didn't use them for some reason. I think I just didn't use them enough. And I had like 100 meal swipes that just expired. And you can't donate all of them. You can only donate like 2. Okay, question number 6. How was it on campus? What's the campus life like? What are the vibes? And is it aesthetic?
I mean, is it aesthetic? It is. It's beautiful. I think we have one of the most beautiful campuses in all the North Carolinas in the world. And yeah, I mean, it's just a beautiful campus. We have so much greenery. It's beautiful, especially in the fall. I mean, our campus is like a bubble, which I really like because it's super easy to get to your classes, and like it's like a little campus community. And there's always something happening on campus. Like randomly you'll just be walking to class, there'll be like clubs trying to fundraise, doing pie each other events. There'll be bouncy castles randomly. Like there's always some fun events and a lot of free food, free t-shirts.
Monday through Friday, it's always poppin'. Like, there's always some sort of event happening. There was a goat yoga. On the weekends, though, Saturday and Sunday, since it is a commuter school, it's pretty much, like, dead on campus. Question number 7. Facilities. How was the gym? How was the library? How was the student union?
Well, our gym is beautiful and amazing. It has 5 floors. It's got a pool. It's got free workout classes. As you can see, I didn't go there often, but...
As you can see, I didn't go there.
But we did go to the free cooking kitchens. They have free cooking lessons where there's going to be a chef teaching you how to cook something, and you get to cook, and you get to eat whatever you cook, and there's usually leftovers, and it's free.
The library is also really nice. They have, like, quiet study rooms where you have to be quiet in there. You can't make a peep. Books are really good, too. They have a lot of old, like, historical books that you can check out for your pleasures. The student union, it's like the central hub. It's really nice too. They have like a bookstore in there where they have a Shake Smart, Wendy's, Bojangles. They also have like foosball tables, pool tables.
Yeah, I mean it has everything we need. It also has a movie theater which students can use for free.
Oh yeah.
It has like a hair salon. It has like passport and mail services and legal services.
Question number 8. Dorms. So how did you like your dorms? What dorms did you live in?
I lived in Scott and then Wallace. My experience in the dorms were pretty good. Honestly, really nothing to complain about. I mean, it was pretty good. I had a random roommate, so I was kind of scared about that going in, but it ended up being really nice. I mean, my roommate was really nice. We got along, and we even decided to room together again my sophomore year. Having a random roommate doesn't have to be super scary. Of course, that's kind of luck. You know, you never know what you're going to get. But, I mean, my dorming experience was very comfortable, I would say.
I agree. I think the dorms at Charlotte are really nice. Well, I don't know if they're really nice. They're dorms. They're not, like, bad. I lived in Lynch Hall for my freshman year, and then my second year I lived in Rush Student Living apartments, which I thought were really nice, too. Lynch Hall was good. It was very convenient because the union was, like, literally 2 seconds away. And the gym and everything. I also did have a random roommate. I lived in like a 4 girls, like 2 bedrooms. I didn't really become friends with my roommate. We never really talked that much, so it was definitely awkward at times for sure. We were friendly with each other. It ended up being fine, but if you can, try to room with somebody you know or get to know them before you start living together. Number 9. How was Charlotte as a city outside of the campus?
I thought it was pretty decent. I enjoyed my time at Charlotte. I wasn't a huge city goer, but definitely on the weekends, you know, I tried to hit all the cool spots like Noda, Optimus Hall, which is a food hall. I love to go outside, go hiking at Crowder's Mountain or at Reedy Creek Park. So just kind of the local areas I went to, like, during the daytime. I don't know much about the nightlife. Overall, it was a good city for me. I wouldn't live there. I think I had my fun there, and now I'm going somewhere else.
Yes, I would agree. Okay, so Charlotte as a city, it can be really fun. They have a lot of things to do, but you do have to have money that you're willing to spend. I think the nightlife can get really crazy. It can get really fun if you're interested in that. I wouldn't go if you're straight out of high school. If you're like a junior or senior and that's kind of your thing, then it can be really fun there too. Noda's really nice. It's cute. A lot of great photo opportunity places. I like to ride the Lime scooters around uptown and just watch out for homeless people, watch out for crackheads. You know, it can be dangerous. Watch out for people trying to break into your cars. The traffic in Charlotte is very, very intense. I don't recommend driving there if you don't need to. But we do have a light rail system that is free for all students that takes you all throughout Charlotte. Question number 10. Car trauma. This isn't really a question, it's kind of just something I wanted to add in here. When I was at Rush Student Living, in the parking garage, some juveniles broke in and they busted through my sunroof in my car and tried to steal my car. And then they also stole somebody else's car successfully. And I also had to live in a hotel my freshman year for a couple months because they didn't finish building my dorm room that I was supposed to live in. And when I was parked out there, my car, somebody like backed into my car, my whole front bumper came off. I just want to warn you guys, if you're bringing your car, you know, freshman year or whatever year, just be cautious of this. Be careful where you park. You do have to pay like $240, I think, for a parking pass on campus, and that's not for every parking lot. It's only for specific ones. So just keep that in mind. I don't think you really need a car on campus at Charlotte since it is a bubble. Everything is walkable. Question 11. How was your major program as a historian?
My major program was decent, I would say. I mean, UNC Charlotte is not known for history or anything. Yeah, I would say it was decent. I was kind of surprised that for our history degree, there's no world history requirement or geography requirement. I feel like they should definitely add that, because I hadn't taken world history since the 6th grade, and I'm trying to become a teacher now, so I'm kind of having to review a lot of that on my own. But, I mean, overall it's pretty decent. There are some good professors. There are some professors that are kind of meh. Again, it's not known for history. It's decent. It is what it is. I mean, I definitely learned a lot, but I think there could be major improvements as well.
For my major, again, I was business marketing. I only did 2 years, so, you know, I can't say too much about it, but at least in your first 2 years, it's extremely easy. They have a lot of, like, business little, like, socials and that kind of stuff. Like I said, really easy, not very mentally stimulating. I didn't really learn that much stuff that I didn't already know. Like, they try to, especially for marketing, they try to teach you, like, social media is, like, a whole unit that you'll learn for like a month. Like, I already know how to use social media more than the professor is trying to teach me because I'm on it all the time. They have a lot of socials and speeches from business owners. They have like a women in business coffee hour thing that they do. There's a lot of stuff like that, opportunities I guess for business majors, but learning wise in the first 2 years I really didn't learn anything.
I think that also has to do with our gen eds issue, which I feel like a lot of colleges have. It's like, why do we have to take gen eds when we just did 12 years of public school, especially when these gen eds are so like useless. Like, my friend, he took a biology major and he had to take an architecture visual arts class for a biology major. It's like, what's the point? So there's a lot of things like that are just kind of like
unnecessary. Question number 12. Internships/job experiences at Charlotte. I'll answer this first because I didn't do any internships, so my answer to this is I didn't do any, so I don't really know. Also, I was unemployed during my college experience at Charlotte, so I can't really speak about it.
I did 2 internships and then 1 job my senior year, all in like fields that I was interested in, working for the local government and nonprofits. So they were really great experiences. I would definitely encourage every student to get involved in internships, especially if you're trying to work in the professional world. You do need that experience. If you can get one, definitely try to get that, because it shows your employers that you have experience in the office setting or whatever setting you're in, doing the work that you're interested in doing. And yeah, I mean, UNC Charlotte really helped me get my internships. They didn't like show me like, oh, apply here or anything, but the Career Center is a great opportunity because they have a lot of helpful resources like mock interviews. That's what I did, is I told my career advisor, hey, I have this interview coming up, this is the job description, and she came up with some questions that they might ask me, and we kind of had a mock interview. You can also review your resume, which is really helpful, and give you tips on that. And you can also build your LinkedIn. They have LinkedIn advice, and they can take your professional headshot for you for free. Definitely utilize the Career Center. I mean, That's the main reason a lot of us are going to college, is to get a job, so it's there for you.
Question number 13. Any advice to high school students?
I would say high school students take AP classes, because this is really going to cut down on the amount of gen eds you have to take. And if you don't have to take as many gen eds, you can actually graduate early, which is going to save you a lot of money.
Good advice. My advice would be to really think about if you want to go to a university. Think about why you want to go there and if you even need to do that for your career in your future. If you can go to a community college for a year, maybe even 2 years before you go to Charlotte, so you can get some of your gen eds out of the way, and it's way cheaper. Save money that way. Yeah, and it gives you time to figure out what you want to do. Alright, you guys, and now if you stayed this far into the video, thank you, because we're about to give you guys some secret tips and life hacks as a Niner student that you need to know. Reserve study rooms in the library, because if you're in a study room and you didn't reserve it, somebody's going to come in and be like, hey, sorry, we reserved this room, you gotta go. They're going to kick you out. So, reserve your study rooms. For my film and photography people out there, check out the camera equipment and microphone equipment in the library. You can check out a lot of stuff like that. Freshman 15 is not real at UNC Charlotte because you're always going to be doing a lot of walking, so always take the stairs.
Don't miss the Haunted Union in October.
Don't miss the Red Bull trucks.
Don't always trust the bus system, because sometimes it's faster to walk. There's a dance room in Robinson Hall, which you can totally use to practice. The Thoughtful Cup chai latte is better and cheaper than the Starbucks one.
Go to the Dubois Center. All students can get into it. It's in Uptown. There's not really much there, but you can go into a room upstairs and sit in there quietly.
Pack a jacket even in summer, because the rooms are very cold.
A lot of the food places on campus take a while to make your food, so you can pre-order them by going to the mobile order app.
Don't fall for the unnecessary junk swag that you'll see for free on campus, because you're not going to need a bunch of lip balms and pens after a few years of accumulating them. But definitely get as many free t-shirts as you can.
The easiest way to build your resume is by joining a club and try to get leadership positions. Volunteer with a friend at Jamil Niner Student Food Pantry.
You should totally use your student discount at the 90s ice cream bar, super close to campus. Get a dessert and sit by the duck pond.
And speaking of student discounts, try to get a physical student ID card, because then that way you can use your student ID card as a student discount even after you graduate.
It's super helpful to participate and be active in your major classes, so that way your professors are noticing and you can use them for professional references. Don't worry too much in your gen ed classes unless you're really interested in them, because no one really cares about those.
If you're a filmmaker or you like acting or anything like that, make sure you submit any films that you've worked on to the student film festivals. Alright, you guys, so our final tip for our single ladies and gentlemen out there is make sure you come to campus looking cute, put on a good outfit every day, make sure you look good, because people will come up to you. There's so many people on campus and they will try to shoot their shot at you. Also, don't be afraid to shoot your shot if you're looking for love on campus. Yay! Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment down below one thing you're really excited about for college, or if you went to UNC Charlotte, one thing that you really loved or hated.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck on your college journey!
Good luck!